In the remote reaches of Iceland, a fiery tempest is brewing, and the Fagradal volcano is poised to unleash its molten might upon the land. Just a scant few days ago, the Earth itself shuddered under the onslaught of approximately 1,485 earthquakes in a mere 48 hours. Grindvik, a once thriving Icelandic town, now stands eerily deserted, evacuated in haste as a state of emergency blankets the region in anticipation of an imminent volcanic eruption. The very ground quivers and groans under the relentless force of over 2,000 earthquakes in just 2 days, portending the forceful ascent of magma through subterranean channels. Grindvik, now a ghost town, bears witness to the exodus of more than 4,000 inhabitants, leaving behind empty streets and abandoned homes. Even the valiant rescue teams, charged with ensuring no soul remains in harm's way, have retreated as roads leading to the forsaken town lay closed. The urgency of the evacuation stems from the seismic symphony orchestrated by 800 earthquakes in southwest Iceland. Where molten rock gathers ominously 800 meters below the surface. Evacuees grapple with uncertainty, haunted by the specter of the 2010 Evacuation eruption and questioning the possibility of ever returning to their homes. As scientific alarms blare, emerges as a prophetic figure, accurately predicting the magma's flow and deformation, drawing parallels to Bardarbunga and Iceland's hotspot. The uneasy connection between recent magma activity and historical eruptions near Fagradalsfjall mountain intensifies the fear that a potential 8 to 12 km-long fissure could wreak havoc on Grindavik, leaving its 3,500 residents, 1% of the nation, homeless. Amidst the chaos, the success of the evacuation is a sliver of solace for the displaced. The looming threat of a volcanic eruption escalates on November 10th as magma clandestinely maneuvers beneath the evacuated Grindavik. A dyke, expanding exponentially over the last 48 hours from 1,500 meters to an astonishing 15 kilometers, extends ominously towards the southwest. Although exact dimensions remain uncertain, the dyke, potentially tens of meters thick and up to 200 meters wide, harbors a staggering volume of molten rock, surpassing 20 million cubic meters. As the dyke propagates beneath Grindavik, the town is thrust into the center of a volcanic maelstrom. By 7 p.m. local time, the dyke expands to the town's center, prompting the evacuation of Grindavik in its entirety. The worst-case scenario envisions a cataclysmic eruption, with lava engulfing the town, forming a cinder or spatter cone reminiscent of Vestmannaeyjar's 1973 Eldfell eruption, which obliterated nearly 400 buildings. The shallowest point of the dyke, at approximately 800 meters or 2,600 feet deep, threatens to breach the surface imminently. Compounding the peril, the dyke extends into the Atlantic Ocean, heightening the risk of a highly explosive eruption due to shallow water depths. The potential for a Surtsean eruption in the ocean adds a new layer of danger, with implications for air traffic disruption and the generation of hazardous hydrochloric acid. While the most likely eruption site hovers near the dyke's middle northern extent, close to the Sundanjukagigurod crater Roe, formed in 410 BCE, the looming specter of an oceanic eruption prompts the deployment of a guard ship beyond the hypothetical eruption zone. Despite the uncertainty surrounding the eruption's certainty, significant damage has already befallen Grindavik, with buildings, roads, and facilities succumbing to subsidence, extensive cracks, and shockingly, a building sliced almost perfectly in half. The intrusive dyke's relentless progress has fractured the ground, causing southwest to northeast trending fissures. Between 4:45 p.m. and 10:45 p.m. local time on November 10th, the ground rifts apart at an alarming rate, roughly 1.2 meters or 3.94 feet. As the rate of earthquakes slightly decreases, uncertainty looms over whether this signals a reduction in magma's upward motion or if the magma is already at incredibly shallow depths, deemed an seismic zone with minimal earthquake activity. Present day, November 13th, paints a bleak picture for the Icelandic peninsula as it teeters on the brink of a volcanic cataclysm. A geologist steps into the spotlight, unraveling the potential eruption's intricacies, magnitude, and repercussions. 3 probable eruption sites emerge. Near Sundenjukagígaröd, 2.5 kilometers southwest of Grindavik and 650 meters northeast of Grindavik, gauged through recent seismic activity and magma intrusion. The fissure system, its anticipated length spanning between 600 and 2,000 meters, raises concerns of consolidation into a single vent over time. The geologist, grappling with the gravity of the situation, expresses a high probability of eruption within the next 24 to 72 hours, tentatively marking November 16, 2023, as a fateful date. The aviation industry hangs in the balance, awaiting the eruption's location. Underwater eruptions pose the risk of ash production, causing moderate disruptions in regional air traffic, but unlikely to ground flights nationwide. Alleviating some concerns, the geologist assures that the eruption's scale will be notably smaller than the infamous 2010 and 2011 events, minimizing the risk of widespread European air traffic disruptions. Caldera fears are quelled as the geologist dismisses the possibility due to the current magma volume and distribution. A discourse on the potential for an eruption in the sea unfolds, underlining the likelihood of heightened explosiveness in such a scenario. Amidst this volcanic chessboard, emotions run high among the evacuated residents who find themselves stranded since Friday evening. The specter of losing homes and the looming possibility of never returning to the town cast a shadow of uncertainty. In the heart of Iceland's southwest peninsula, over 2,000 quakes in 2 days rock the land. This relentless barrage serves as an ominous prelude to magma's clandestine buildup, eager to erupt. The locals, well acquainted with the fiery nature of their homeland, now face the palpable fear of a new volcano's birth. Icelanders navigate life on a dynamic island, perched atop the volatile boundary between the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates. The gradual drift of these plates apart provides a conduit for magma to ascend through the resulting fissures and cracks. The Southwest Peninsula, home to the world-renowned Blue Lagoon, bears the brunt of this fiery dance. It constantly reshapes itself with the frequent emergence of new lava fields, craters, and volcanoes. Since October 25th, the peninsula has endured daily seismic convulsions, with over 1,400 tremors recorded in just 24 hours on November 9th. The Earth itself heaves and sighs as pressure simmers beneath the surface. In solidarity with Iceland, hit that like button and show your support for the resilient people facing nature's fury. As uncertainty lingers, let us stand united, spreading awareness and positive energy in the face of this gripping saga. Stay tuned for further updates as the story of Fagradal Volcano continues to unfold.